All right, this is episode 14. So we're going to start this episode off. You said you haven't seen Cooking with Hoarders.
No, I have not. And I'm nervous.
You haven't had the pleasure of enjoying Cooking with a Hoarder.
No. But I'm super nervous.
So we're going to be watching Omelet for Obama.
Is this a YouTube channel?
Oh, I need a...
Yes, this is a YouTube channel.
Oh my God.
All right, let's see here. Full screen so we can enjoy.
spoon to whoa, what the fuck? Well, it's now January the 20th of 2009, and you can hear CNN on the background. Today is the coronation of the new American president.
That spoon by the toaster.
Like Mussolini giving his place to Stalin or something. But anyway.
Did you hear what he said?
The American president on the background. The 20th of 2009, and you can hear CNN on the background. Today is the coronation of the new American president, which is kind of weird. It's like Mussolini giving his place to Stalin or something. But anyway, they talk about it in all the newspapers. Had this in the subway this morning, the Metro newspaper. The day one of the Obama era, everybody was reading that. No one's reading the paper in the newspapers usually, but when you taking the subway, people take the newspapers and they don't really read it. But this morning, everybody was reading this. Anyway, so let's celebrate the coming of the communist dictatorship by making an omelet. I first need a pot to cook the omelet. We're gonna take this one, which I've been cleaning.
Was that him cleaning it? Oh my.
All right. So eggs.
He hasn't at least wiped the bowl out.
It gets better.
All right, eggs and oil. Now, we need a pot to whisk the eggs. The best way to make an omelet, a really healthy omelet, is to use one full egg and 2 egg whites. Because an egg white is a very low-calorie source of protein, so it's really healthy stuff.
Nice and clean now.
Tie this up.
Oh my goodness, dude.
This is the best cooking video you'll ever see in your life.
Okay, it's clean enough. Eggs.
Just you wait for these eggs.
Need to buy new ones. Okay, so we're gonna preheat the little pot here, but first we need to try to cook a little bit, so there's still some little drops of water in there, so we're gonna have to remove this.
God forbid it gets dirty.
An omelet is the same as cooking a steak. You need some a little bit of oil. I use olive oil. You see?
Olive.
So you put olive oil in the pot.
Musical performance. Mr. Itzhak Perlman, violinist. Anthony McGill, clarinetist. Yo-Yo Ma, cellist. And Gabriella Bojero, pianist.
Okay.
Performing Air and Simple Gifts, a composition arranged for this occasion by John Williams.
He's got the fingers of a hoarder.
Here on the television in the background, they're making this whole ceremony, and it's in the same place that 200 years from now, it's going to be overcame with ghouls and super mutants and everything, and people shooting around and stuff, but they don't know it yet. All right, so first we need is one egg, full egg. Wait a minute. It's really tough to do this with one hand, so I'm going to put the camera in my mouth.
He just chucks it.
No.
Okay.
It gets better than that.
Egg whites. um, to
You have to really appreciate the video.
No, dude, that's gross.
Just wait. You'll see the appreciation.
So, in order to whisk the egg whites, it's important that you have some air. You know that.
He just dumped the egg in the toilet.
In order
Yeah.
to really whisk them well.
He said you need
Like,
one egg,
so,
2 egg whites, and one
Can't
yolk.
listen to what he says.
it's best if you clean the pot really well before whisking the egg whites.
This is a
right?
crazy
Else
person.
It's not going to come right because you're going to take off all the protein. You know, if the egg yellow even has a little bit of if it touches the egg white just a little bit, you're not going to be able to whisk them. So you got to clean it up.
What?
That egg is sitting in his toilet, dude.
Yeah.
You about to go get it?
No, he doesn't get it.
Okay,
You
good.
can preheat the oven. Not the oven, the pot. Wait a minute. All right.
I hope that one day I can reach this level of crazy.
No.
Like these are the types of videos I'm gonna make in like 20 years. Once I've just like completely lost it, I'm gonna buy a house and just make these type of videos out of it. That's it.
I won't come over.
You won't help me? Be
You'll
the
be like,
cameraman?
yo, dude, come to the house. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
We can make some omelets.
I don't want any toilet omelets.
No,
This here.
we haven't even got to
So
the
we're
good
gonna
part.
use this to whisk the egg whites. You always need to mix a little bit of water. Now, I haven't been able to do it properly yet. Thing is, you need a lot of practice in order to do it properly. But I read up, the technique and all. So first, you need to clean the little things here because there's still some of the really weird, like gooey stuff in there. So you have to take it away completely.
What's he
Or
using an
else it's
eggshell
not gonna
for?
come right, so they have to
You'll
really
see. He's got to clean the egg whites.
Oh my god, does he think the outside of the egg is egg white? Oh my god,
Yes.
dude. Stop.
He's cleaning them.
Probably
He thinks the
this.
shell of an egg is the egg white?
It's white.
really
Stop.
like put your finger in and kind of move it.
He said you have to clean out the gooey stuff.
like that, so that the water really.
How is he still alive to this day, like knowing what he knows? Because he's not a young kid. He's probably like in his 30s, 40s.
This guy's like 70.
Oh my god.
All right.
All right, let's kind of skip a little bit. So he cleans the egg whites.
The egg white whisker. I'm gonna put the yellow back in the fridge.
I want to see his fridge.
I don't know if he shows it or not.
Okay. Have this little machine here. In the meantime, the stuff is heating. So when we put the omelette, it's gonna be ready. So we're
It's like,
gonna
oh,
have
this
to whisk,
omelet's crunchy, dude.
Okay. This is a machine is made to whisk the egg whites. Okay.
What?
Gotta be kidding me.
This is the best cooking tutorial I've ever seen.
Dude, what in the world? These are the types of people that are complaining about the cider. Like, oh man, the cider's so bad. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
She's an eggshell for an egg white, my guy. What do you mean?
Sorry, I dropped it.
This is gonna be me one day. I'm gonna do this.
Well, not working. What's supposed to happen? You see
I saw some Crocs.
the hard part of the egg white, okay? It's supposed to become like soft, you see? So you have this little, see this part? It's soft. It became soft because, what's it? But the whole thing is that the problem is that not the whole thing becomes soft. It's only like some parts of it that, it's supposed to, the whole thing is supposed to become, soft. You see, you got a little bit of soft here, and then, but there's a hard part that's still attached.
Like the membrane or something.
Yeah.
So you gotta do it better. I'm not sure exactly how to do it. I heard that if you put some lemon, around, it's going to like acidify the stuff. But ideally, it should
Acidify?
become or something, So all right, let's.
These are the people that will outlive people that like are healthy and like do good things with their life. Like
Yep.
take care of their body, and those guys have a heart attack. And this idiot's over here.
Those people get hit by trains, and this guy's living in his basement forever.
God,
There's
dude.
been too much smoke here. Wait a minute, I'm gonna put this stuff back here. Okay. All right. I need a spoon.
Hey, that pot catches on fire.
What?
Oh my god.
Holy shit. What in the world is this?
It's fire. Put it out.
Does he put it in water? Makes it worse?
Wait, I'm gonna shut the TV off now.
And did you notice what was on the TV?
No.
Look at it.
Wait, I'm gonna shut the
Look at the TV. It's nothing but static. It's just. It was playing in the beginning. I don't know if it just.
I just think it's funny.
Went to static all of a sudden.
I don't really know much about politics, which I guess would make me kind of dumb, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I heard him say coronation.
Yeah, which isn't what was happening.
Yeah, I think a coronation's for like.
A new king.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like some kind of.
See,
Did he mean to say inauguration?
no. This is what this guy's doing. This is why I respect this guy. This is very well choreographed. This is all an act.
No, it's not.
Yeah, this guy is not dumb. This guy is doing all of this as like a piece of art.
I don't know, dude.
I mean, come on. There's like,
Does he eat the omelet?
I don't know if they're finished the video. We'll have to see.
What in the world is this? Oh! Holy shit. Ah.
Can't even open the door.
Because he's a hoarder.
What is this happening?
Don't drop it on your bags, dude.
Holy shit. Whoa. What the fuck? Shit. Ah, man, I fucking burnt my finger. Oh, man. Ah. What the fuck just happened? Oh,
He
shit.
plays like he doesn't know what happened.
I'm not sure. Oh, fuck. This spot is ruined. I need a new one.
Oh my god, yo, stop.
Okay, we're done.
There's a whole bathtub full of
Oh,
water.
shit. Oh.
Does he not take a bath? Or like a shower? I just realized his bathtub is full of crap.
Look at this.
And he filmed this with a potato.
Yeah. Well, he filmed this in 2009, so this is like good for 2009.
Shit.
It's like
Well, the
360p.
envelope is- I dropped my.
Oh.
Why don't you use your whisker thingy you were just using?
Hard to breathe. Oh, damn it. Shit.
I don't know if an omelet ever even gets made.
Oh, man. What's that? Shit. How the fuck did this happen? It just fucking oil, man.
So, what'd you think of cooking with orders?
How do you find stuff like this? That's my question. I spend a lot of time on YouTube and I've never stumbled upon anything like this. You always come in with the weirdest stuff. Like, I guess I'm weird. I've never heard of the ASMR stuff that you showed me the other day, but that shit's weird. This is extremely weird. I don't know.
I've spent so many hours on YouTube. I've seen all the corners of the internet.
That's scary.
And then you want to see something even scarier.
Oh, God.
We won't have time to watch more of this guy. I'm sure that makes you highly upset. But look at all this. These are all of his like instructional videos. Like yesterday's cheese.
Oh, he put like the last video was at 6 months ago? Go to the top?
No, this
3 months ago?
No, this guy, this channel is just a re-upload of this guy. This guy had his own channel, and then this guy, and I'm sure many other people, downloaded all of his videos, and then this guy re-uploaded them all as like an archive. I don't know what happened to the original guy. He could still be buried in that house.
He's probably dead.
For all we know. There's one, I don't remember where it is now, where he did...
You said we're not going to have time to watch these videos. Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to waste 6 hours of my life watching gross cooking.
Oh, I've watched almost all of these. The maybe this one.
Might as well give up on cleaning. My guy, you gave up on cleaning years ago.
There's one. There's two. Oh, maybe not making peach juice. But anyway, there's one where his whole video was how to make sausages and peaches. And he calls them sausages, but they're hot dogs. Mm. And he like takes this hot dog and he like sits it up on like a can of something, takes a lighter and burns it. And then where he has the lighter so close to it, it gets like the soot on it. And he's like, oh, now we got to clean it. And he takes it to the sink and starts washing it with soap. Oh. And then he washes it down. And then he has a bunch of peaches like in a blender. Mm-hmm. And he takes... No, then after he washed it, he wanted to boil it. So then he turned on the stove, but he turned on the wrong burner. So then it like lit a fire in the back and he was like trying to put out the fire. And then he took the hot dog that he cooked and put it inside the blender with the peach juice and blended it all up. And then he took a sip of it and he was like, that's gross, and threw it in the toilet that obviously didn't work because it was like piled up. I'm telling you.
Why do you find stuff like this interesting?
I could watch this guy all day.
I could not. Just make it me uncomfortable just looking at all these goofy
like this. Like I said before, this is a choreographed act.
No,
this guy is not real. Like this guy, I think literally what this guy.
I don't think you can set up your house to look like a hoarder unless you're just a hoarder.
That's not his house. There's no way. This guy has acquired this house. This is like a rental house. This is like the bottom side of his house, something. And he has set this up for these videos.
I'm thinking
100%.
You're wrong on that one.
100%.
I'm going to have to agree to disagree with the agree.
There's another video where, I mean, like the toilet trouble, it might be that one or it might be another one. Maybe 1 and 2. But there's one where he said that his toilet's leaking and like he goes into the bathroom and he like shows how like He goes to the bathroom and he goes to the and he like shows you the toilet and he says like, oh, it's leaking or whatever. And then he has like a tile floor inside the bathroom and he starts just picking up all the tile pieces where the floors are rotted away underneath the tile. And he's like picking it up. He starts like pushing on it and the whole floor is like bowing down. And then after he messes up all this tile, he starts putting the tile back in the spot and he drops one and it breaks and he starts like putting all the pieces back into the floor. This whole thing, it's an act for sure. There's no way. And then he like crawls under his house and you can see like the floor like rotting and like leaking water down. And he's like, oh, I don't know what to do about this.
Dude, no. I have no words.
Oh,
I have no words.
This is like whenever I just have a bunch of time to just waste, or like whenever I just feel like losing brain cells, I just go to YouTube, Cooking with Hoarders, and I just watch some videos. And then like these like this one right here, like there it is, like it's like a little mystery, like you don't know. You're like, oh, what is it?
This is a super dirty pot.
Oh, actually, that's only 10 seconds. We can watch that.
Oh god.
There it is. Like, what is it? It's a mystery.
Okay, found it. It's funny when you're looking for things and they're just under your nose. All right, there's a bottle. I don't need to cover.
See, that's the whole video.
At least it looked clean.
He found him. This is a choreographed performance.
At least it looked clean.
Clean.
It did. Yeah, not the house, but the pot.
Oh, okay.
The pot looked clean.
It was probably a pot that he just bought. Like he went through the effort to think through this video, to plan it out, to, okay, I'm going to put this pot in the corner of the bathroom. I'm going to cover it with a bunch of stuff. I'm going to turn on the camera and go, oh, there it is, and get the pot.
I don't know.
This dude's like a genius.
I would not go that far. I think he's mildly grotesque, but that's just me.
What do you mean grotesque?
I like my
So you don't watch stuff like that?
no.
Why not?
I like my space to be like super like
Well, your space. That's why you watch videos like that.
no, because then it makes me uncomfortable because their space is gross.
That video makes you uncomfortable?
You should see my towel closet.
Is it organized?
Yes.
You should see my towel closet.
Everything's rolled in a ball, just thrown in there.
Even worse than that. There's like microphones and like,
oh my god,
like there's 2 towels in the whole closet and the whole closet's full.
I got my first 2 shelves with nothing but towels, and they're all tri-folded to where you can see the lines.
Tri-folded?
Tri-folded.
Where you can see the lines.
Yeah, so you like take it, you fold it this way, and then you go this way, and you fold it down that way, and then you foop, foop. So it's tri-fold.
Really?
Yeah, and the lines, there's 3 lines on the sides of the towel, and it has to face that way because the nice round part, that's what I see when I open the, yeah. I do weird stuff, but that's like the main thing. Like
You're judging this guy?
Yeah, because my weirdness is organized. My weirdness doesn't stink. I bet that house was super stinky.
I bet it was just an organized mess.
No.
Like, I bet it's not even that dirty. I bet it's just.
Did you see that man's oven, dude? It had like 20 years of crust on it.
But this is this. It's not a house. It's a set.
Just to get that amount of crust on the oven takes a lot of dedication.
It's a set. It's a movie prop for his movies.
Why would you want to flaunt with people that you're a gross human?
He's an actor in his movie.
That doesn't matter.
The plot is that he is supposed to be this crazy guy. So he plays the role of the crazy guy.
You know what I got asked?
What?
Does Tyler ever like wear different shirts? It's like, what do you mean? He wears that Toyota shirt all the time. I'm like, no, he only has 1 shirt. It's either that one or your TylerTube shirt.
I have like 4 shirts that I own.
Simplistic.
I have this shirt. I have my blue shirt. I have a Cabela shirt.
But the catch is you only do laundry once a month.
Right. I don't even do laundry. Who needs laundry?
Yeah.
If you just throw it at the floor and then a just doesn't. It stinks less, and then you just put it back on.
You have to smell your own clothes.
I mean, if I'm not with anybody, what's the matter? I just go from here to the garage. Nobody has to see me.
True.
I like a very simple, simplistic life.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I like function over like whatever the other option is.
Yeah.
What am I looking for?
I don't know. Function over feng shui. I don't know. Feng shui.
I just like things that work. It doesn't have to look good. I just like things that work.
Function over
Fashion. I don't think that's the word I'm looking for, but it kind of works.
Let us know what word he's looking for.
All right.
I don't know.
So, what is the dumbest thing that you ever did and then immediately regretted?
Now, this should be the title. We're going to a deep rabbit hole. Something that I've done that I've deeply regretted immediately.
That's not how I said it. I said dumbest thing you ever did and immediately regretted.
What did I say? That's what exactly.
No, you made it sound like it was like it's something deep.
No, like what's something that I did that I regretted immediately, right?
Yeah, but you had it deeply in there. You said what's something I did and immediately deeply regretted.
Isn't that what you said?
No, I said dumbest thing you ever did and immediately regretted.
Deeply.
No, not deeply. You added the deeply.
Something that I did that I immediately deeply regretted.
Like the one I have, I've already told the story, but I'll tell it again if
How much time you got?
I got all the time in the world.
All right.
It's almost midnight. We can go till 5 a.m.
It depends though. Like what are the parameters here?
Something that you did that you immediately regretted.
Something that
What do you mean parameters?
that I immediately regretted.
Immediately meaning as in within the first 5 minutes.
All right, here it goes. I'm gonna give you a scenario, okay? So there's time, right? I know somebody. Nah, never mind. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, there's this time. I came home.
Is this like quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it only happened a month ago. 2 months. No, sorry. September. Actually, it was like right after your birthday. No, right before your birthday. It was your birthday.
Okay.
So I went to Buffalo Wild Wings. And
No, the animal.
and I got a little sauced up. And then I went to the casino. Grabbed freaking 400 beans. Put it on roulette. Was like black. Boom, won 400 beans. Went to Sheetz. Got me a turkey sandwich with ranch. No, it wasn't ranch. With Caesar. Went back to the house.
There was something I was supposed to tell you about Caesar.
Yeah, it's got anchovies in it or some weird stuff. You kept
Oh, yeah. Yeah, anchovies.
I know that. Yeah, that's what's yummy.
Did I tell you about it?
Yeah, you texted me.
Oh.
You're like, see, it's just this and that. It's like, shut up. You're an idiot. You're stupid. But, so I did that, and I don't want to give too much backstory because that's going to ruin everything else. But as you know, I'm going through whatever I'm going through. So there was a individual at the house, and she wasn't supposed to be there.
So wait, you left the casino ahead?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Dude, when I go to the casino, I don't do anything. I walk in there, go to the ATM, pull my money out, go to the roulette table. Boom. If I win, I leave. If I lose, I leave.
The way you said that, it made it sound like you just go there, double your money, and you leave. That's it. You don't lose. You just go there, double money, and leave.
No, dude, if I lose, I leave. If I win, I still leave. I'm in the casino for maybe 10 minutes.
I know that last time we were in there for like not even 10 minutes.
Yeah, because I walked in, lost, and we left.
Yeah, it was like 5.
I walked in, put 200 down, lost it. It's like, time to go.
Well, I don't have any more money.
Yep.
So
I only have this allocated for the casino. But anyway, I went to go into the room that I was going to sleep in, and there was someone in bed. And I was like, yo. I was in an intoxicated state of mind with everything that I was going through. So it kind of had me flustered a little bit. So I wake said human up. And my first thing I thought to say was, "You want a sandwich?" Because I had a sandwich in my hand. But I think drunken stupor me meant sandwiches and like, "You want a sandwich?" So, yeah, I gave her the sandwich.
If you get it, you get it.
Yeah. The sandwich was eaten. And then literally immediately after that, because of everything that was happening, I was like this. It was... For all you Spanish-speaking
What about for the people listening? What's mean?
No bueno. Not good. Bad juju. Instant rag rats. Like, it was not good. It was a...
This is way more complex than my story.
Well, that's probably the only thing I've ever done that I regretted immediately because, I make really good life choices.
No, okay. Okay.
Except for that one time. I made one bad choice in my life.
And in 25 years, you made just one.
That I can speak about. So that is
Touche.
That's mine.
Touche.
That is mine. Oh, well, let's hear yours.
Mine's way simpler.
Okay.
Way simpler. I mean, I have many, but this is, I think, the funniest one, or one of the funniest ones. I was probably 7, 8, 9, maybe somewhere around there.
Pond house or not pond house? No, this might have been...
No, this was like the house that we met in.
The first one?
Yeah. The one
Flooded driveway?
Yeah, flooded driveway. One with a big garage.
Time capsule?
Yes.
Man,
so,
I think you got that. Let's go get it tonight.
No. No.
Oh.
Anyway, so I was digging a hole in I think the front yard for who knows what reason. I was just digging a hole, probably just because I had a shovel. So I couldn't I was trying to get the shovel all the way down into the ground.
Oh no.
What?
Did you hit something in the ground that you weren't supposed to?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I couldn't get the shovel all the way down to the ground for some reason. I was having to stomp on it a couple times to get it all the way into the ground. So then I got the bright idea that I was like, all right, I'm just going to pick it up and then slam it into the ground real hard to get it all the way into the ground. But what I did was I jumped up in the air with it and then went to slam it down to the ground. But where I'm super coordinated, my feet just swept out from under me and I hit the shovel in my neck. Right? So I basically jumped up and then just clotheslined myself on the shovel.
Oh God. You remember whenever...
And then I immediately regretted it.
I specifically remember back in the day at the flooded driveway house, all them trees in the front yard.
There was 2.
Yeah, they were huge trees though.
I mean, they were
2 big trees.
You said all the trees, it was a whole forest.
Okay, whatever.
There's 2.
This is before your obnoxiously goofy privacy fence.
Do I?
Remember how your super big white privacy fence?
Oh, yeah.
So this is before that. And I remember early in the morning because mom would drop me off or whatever.
Yeah.
And we would be outside playing and stuff in the morning because, back in the day we used to play outside and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
well,
kids.
for to catch people up, my mom was your babysitter for what, 10 years?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, for a long, long time. Every single day. Forever.
Yeah, I was a good kid. Didn't cause any trouble. But I remember we used to, I think it was like a blue bike. We would ride it up by what's that kid that played baseball? Whatever his name is. And we would ride down by Josh's dad's house.
Yeah.
And we would go into the grass and we would try to rip the brakes and just see how long we could drift.
That was
and I remember that I tried to do that and I ate it. I scorpion with a bike and oh man, I remember that vividly. I got wrecked. I was I'm not doing that anymore.
That bike, I think it was...
It's when we used to bunny hop over popsicle sticks and stuff.
Yeah, I think that was my brother's bike, your old bike, Ryan's bike. It was someone's
a tiny bike.
Yeah, it was someone's
little bike. Send that thing.
Or someone's younger brother's bike. It was like a toddler sized bike.
Yeah, well, it was my size.
True.
Nothing's your size. Oh wait, no, sorry, Fred. You're only 4'6". Never mind. Midget over here. No, I remember the chain popped off. I flipped around. just got wrecked, dude. That thing destroyed me.
And like
I ain't doing
the
that
chain
anymore.
like didn't like it, like
The sprocket like hit me in my shin, and
yeah, the sprocket.
and it made like perfect little on my shin. I remember it. I was like, man, this is crazy.
And I think what were we doing? We were just trying to just
We're
drift
just trying to drift.
as long as
And
possible.
like you beat me, I was like, ain't happening. So I was like, I went a little too fast.
That was how like our entire childhood went.
Yeah.
It was like everything was a competition
Yep,
until somebody got hurt.
that was awesome. And I was like, yeah, I ain't doing that anymore. Bad idea.
And that was the same house that, as George mentioned, that we had the time capsule in.
Mm-hmm.
So for everybody that's listening, we were, how old were we? Probably,
So
we had to have been like
You-
8.
you moved to the other place in that neighborhood?
Yeah.
Because I still talk to that one. I talked to that one chick that we got in trouble for being over there super late. We weren't.
That was after the time capsule though.
I know, but we wouldn't have been young. You know what I'm saying? So we were probably
Yeah.
like at least
Well,
13 to 12 to
no,
13.
not at that house. Because we were probably, let's just say 10. I mean, because we had to be,
We were between the ages of 11 and 13 at your second house.
yeah.
So we were probably like 9,
buried
10.
Yeah. Probably. Maybe, yeah. 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there. Then and we had, so we built this, we didn't even build a time capsule.
Pretty sure it's Tupperware.
No, it was a plastic bag.
Was it a plastic bag?
Yeah. I don't think we had anything rigid in it. I think we just put a bunch of stuff in a sandwich bag, I think.
If we did do the sandwich bag thing, it was multiple sandwich bags. It wasn't just one.
Do you remember what we even had in it?
I put coins in it. I put what are the Pokemon Pikachu gold things?
Yeah.
I did put one of those in there. I remember that.
And I think we had like some Yu-Gi-Oh
That
cards,
might
maybe.
actually be worth some money now, dude. Remember like the actual like little gold.
Yeah. And I think we put some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I think we put the cards in like a hard plastic card case or something.
We put something in a hard plastic card case. I remember what it was though.
Yeah. We might have put everything in the card case and then in the plastic bag, maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
It was the point is it was just a bunch of random nonsense that like we just like happened to have.
do you remember how we're gonna remember where it was?
Yeah, with footsteps.
10-year-old feet.
Yeah. And
Footsteps.
And then we can
Then we come back
so
10 years later
So-
and our
so-
feet are way bigger.
so we buried this thing. It just like it was off of like my walkway or something.
Yeah, it was
we
like
just
the tiles that led to the yard. The last tile, I think it was like 8 to 10 steps as a 10-year-old.
right. So we just buried this thing, and then it was like somehow we just got a hold of a shovel or something, and then we just
Yeah.
dug a hole, threw it in, and
I think
threw it on top
I was
of it.
visiting after I got back from boot camp, and I found a shovel, and I was like, "Yo, dude, time capsule." You're like,
This is before you left.
was it before I left?
Yeah, because I still had the camouflage Jeep.
You had the camouflage Jeep when I came back.
Did I?
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe you just came back.
yeah. I feel like I just came back.
So then trying to explain this just makes us sound crazy. So we're like 10 years old. We build this time capsule with a bunch of nonsense in it. Take like 10 steps from a walkway at 10 years old and then bury it. And then like 10 years later, maybe even more than that, we just decide, hey, we're going to dig this thing up. But I didn't live in that house anymore. I had moved
For years.
Yeah, for years. I had moved probably like 7 times since that house.
Yeah, you really did though.
Yeah, we moved like every 2 years.
Yeah.
So then, and I was at the time I was living I can't say where. I was living north, 4 hours north. So I came back. I think I came back because you were coming back, maybe or something. Yeah. So then we just found a shovel, and we're like,
No, that's what it was. You had the Jeep, and you drove from there because I was coming back. I'm pretty sure that was when I had just came back.
yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense why I was here. So then we just get the shovel, and we're just like, we're gonna go dig this thing up.
Let's go do something cool.
And we drove past the house, and then there was nobody home. So we're like, all right, this is our chance. And we like go to the fence, and we like look over the fence, and there's no dogs. And then of course I knew how to get into the fence because it had like this like weird latch, and we were the ones that put the fence up like 10 years earlier. So we just walk right in and just start digging in this random person's backyard.
We used
When we went by your footsteps, and we couldn't remember if we went by your footsteps or my footsteps.
That's the thing. I don't think we went by my footsteps because my footsteps are pretty much the same as a 10-year-old. They didn't really get much bigger.
Yeah.
But if we use your footsteps, we went about 3 feet too far. But anyway, this dude had a super deep, super big hole of dirt in the morning. Did we leave the shovel there?
No, we took the shovel with us, but we dug. What did we dig for? Probably like 15 minutes.
Yeah, and we
just
dug,
digging. I mean, we dug by. It was probably like a 5 foot by like a foot hole, probably.
Dude had to have been upset.
Like
That's the thing. I don't remember.
and we didn't even try to put the dirt back.
No.
We just left just all this dirt just in this guy's
Well, because I was like in a rush, like my heart was beating. I'm like, man, if we get caught, they're probably. I don't know what they're gonna think.
And we were my Jeep was just sitting on the street right in front of the house.
Yeah.
And the gate's open, and we're just in this dude's backyard just digging a hole, looking for a time capsule.
I feel like we would have found it if we would have went deeper. Because I feel like as kids, we're like, let's get as deep as possible so it's safer, and probably didn't dig that deep.
Who knows what we were thinking? We were like 10 years old.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh, I would really like to know what that guy was thinking like the next day when they come home and they're just like, there's a big hole in the
He probably
backyard.
thought it was a dog or something. Well, no, his gate would have been closed.
There is no way that you could have looked at that hole and thought, a dog came back here. When it had like clear shovel scoops off to the side.
It must be this crackhead walking around the neighborhood just digging holes in people's yard.
Then I don't think we went back, did we?
Mm-mm.
I thought maybe we went back to see like if they put the dirt back or whatever.
We did tonight.
No, we're definitely not going back.
I want to like knock on his door, be like, listen, dude, I need 20 minutes. I'll put it back. I'll lay grass seed. I just need this time capsule.
You don't tell him what you're doing. You just knock on his door and be like, listen, I need 20 minutes and I'll put grass seed. And he's just gonna be
And
like,
you can't watch what I'm doing.
yeah. He's gonna be like, you're a crackhead.
Do you remember the window by your room where like if you look down, it had like that weird like awning?
Yeah, like it was like a.
We would just throw stuff on it.
Yeah.
When you guys moved, you guys like clean that off? You just level that stuff up there?
No, we just left it.
There's a whole bunch of random things on top of it.
Because it was like a carport, but like in the backyard.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of went off the house.
They used it as like a awning for like a porch or something.
Yeah, like a little like not even a porch.
It's just a little concrete pad.
Yeah.
So much
We
fun.
did so many stupid
So
things when
much
we were
fun
kids.
stuff, dude.
Do you remember I remember 2 specific times where we almost burnt the house down.
I'm trying to think.
The first one was whenever we saw a video on YouTube circa like probably 2008 or so, maybe 2007. We saw this video of this guy juggling fireballs. You remember this?
Mm-mm.
We saw this guy making a tutorial of how to juggle fireballs. And he took a cotton sock and cut it up and then made it into a ball and then took like a needle and shoved it through the ball of the sock and then like wrapped it up real tight so it was like a tight cotton ball. And then he like sprinkled like Zippo lighter fluid on it and then lit it and then he was like juggling it. And we saw that and we
Why
were
is
like,
that coming back to me now?
because that's what we did.
Oh
So-
man, I feel like
And this is
it's
like,
right here, but I don't fully remember it. But like now you're saying like the sock thing, I was like,
yeah. So we saw this tutorial and then we made our own little like fireballs. And of course we didn't have lighter fluid. So, but what we did have was Axe body spray. And I remembered that we would, and neither one of us could juggle. So, but
yeah,
we had 3 of these.
I still can't juggle.
And if I remember right, we sprayed a bunch of Axe on all 3 of them and then lit them on fire and then tried to juggle, but it was like burning our fingers because you're not supposed to use Axe, you're supposed to use lighter fluid. So then we like dropped them and stuff, and then we like abandoned the like a juggling idea, and we just had one, and we decided that we were just gonna light one and throw it back and forth. So then we soak this thing with Axe, light it. And then we start throwing it back and forth, but it's still burning us because whenever you catch it, it's still on fire. So like we would like throw it, and then like either one of us would like avoid it, and then it would like roll under the bed, and then we're like scrambling under the bed to like get this fireball out. And I remember we had I think we had like a wet towel maybe, so that way whenever it hit the ground, we would like snuff it out. At least we're intelligent enough to do that. And this is probably like
It was probably my idea, not his.
yeah.
For the wet towel.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the fireball.
Anything smart was my idea.
And then, what else?
I remember whenever you had that radio that was like in the hallway or in the living room that would randomly kick on and just scream static randomly.
That was at the haunted house.
Yes.
That was at the house with the time capsule.
Yeah, that was
That house was haunted.
The split entry one.
Yes,
I remember that very vividly because it scared the crap out of me.
and
It was on the regular too.
yeah, and the TV would change channels.
Mhm.
The TV would go to static randomly. The cabinet doors would slam. What else happened? All kinds of weird stuff happened.
I don't
at
really believe in that supernatural stuff, but that was far too convenient to just be random.
I probably wouldn't think that there was ghosts if I hadn't lived in that house.
The one that like really scared me was the static.
Yeah, because it wasn't. It was like 3 a.m.
Yeah,
it would just come on full blast static.
Yeah.
At like 10 years old, that's terrifying.
Yeah. And no, there wasn't some weird kind of alarm to turn it on. Okay. So don't try that one. It was a ghost. Okay. We know this already. We talked to him. It's confirmed.
There was definitely something crazy going on in that house.
I remember. Like I vividly remember that one.
Do you remember? I don't know if you were with me on. I don't know if you were there on this day, but at one point,
I remember when you cut your freaking forearm open with a freaking box cutter. We were making box forts, and you were retarded, and you got this box cutter, like, fuck.
I still
have
the scar,
dude. I remember you came up to me, you were like, yeah, I cut my forearm open, and this thing is like, and you're just like squishing around, like, oh. I remember, never forget that. I was like about passed out because whenever like you showed me, it was just a cut at first.
It was because
but then you like let go of it. When you let go of it, it like spread apart and then it filled with blood. I was like,
because I still have the scar. It was right here on my forearm, but it was to the bone.
Yeah, it was gross.
Because I had to get I think I had to get 4 stitches on the inside and then 7 or 8 stitches on the outside. Because I remember they had to numb the inside and the outside. And then I remember them just watching them stitch up my meat together pretty much.
It was, we were making box forts, weren't we?
Yeah, or I think we were trying to make a box house.
Yeah.
Or maybe Ford or whatever. But I remember what happened was...
Dude, I don't know why. That just popped in my head or something that was like...
I forgot about that. That you were there that day.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was one
you
of
were playing with it, dude. And you were like...
It didn't hurt that bad.
Oh.
It didn't hurt. Because it cut past all the nerves.
I said, I don't have a problem with blood and stuff. I don't know what it was, but it was just oh.
It was probably just a shock.
I almost passed out. I was like, oh God, I can't do this. That's a good one. I remember that one.
What happened was we had one of those box cutters that whenever it's you can stretch it out real far, and then whenever the tip gets dull, you can just break it off.
Yeah.
And I had the thing all the way out, and I had my hand right here on the box, and I was cutting a window, and it was a good window too. It was it was square. It was a good size.
Yeah, I doubt it.
And I was sawing this cardboard, and then the blade snapped, and whenever it snapped, it stabbed into my arm.
So you're pushing it when it snapped off because you had it out of the way.
Yeah,
you didn't stop yourself beforehand. You just went.
Well, it was fast because I was trying to cut the window really fast because we needed to get this fort done.
I just remember I was like, oh.
Well, that tells us how old we were because I was in 4th grade.
When that happened?
Yeah. So I don't know how old you were in 4th grade, but I remember distinctly I was in 4th grade. Well, you're 6 in 1st.
No, my son's 6 right now.
He's not in 1st?
No, he's in 1st. Okay, I know he's in 1st. Yeah, so it's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, so 3 years from 7, 8.
Yeah.
When
What?
When did you start going home for school?
Oh, that was that was 10th grade.
Did you go to middle school?
Yeah.
But
a public middle school. Yeah.
But do you remember? I don't think we went to middle school with you in that house.
No, not that one.
So that means that 6th grade year, you would have left. 6th grade,
Yeah, probably.
if you're sick. So yeah, we were like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Boom. On the noggins.
Yeah. Oh.
Remember the year we were in that the other house, the bonus room?
That's the second place that one was burning the house down.
Was it?
Yeah, because
Oh, in the garage.
yes, because what we
You
did.
were telling me about this the other day.
Yeah, and you didn't remember it until I was telling you the other day.
Yeah.
So what happened was, this is so stupid. I don't even like.
This was 100% his idea.
Yeah, it probably was.
If like I said, if it's stupid, it's his idea.
Cool. We were both in it together.
That's not how it works.
We were in this together to the end.
That's not how it works.
Because we were. What happened was, I don't know if we got a hold of a gas can or we just happened to find one and we just happened to feel like playing with fire that day or whatever.
I feel like it was probably like the gas can for the lawnmower. It was like, whatever.
We're just like, oh, it's full of gas. So we took I think the garage is empty for the most part, probably. So we took the gas can for the lawnmower and then we started we dumped out just a little bit of gas on the ground, maybe like a very small pancake size, and we lit it on fire, and then we let it burn until it burned out, and then we just did just a little bit more, light it, let it burn until it went out, and then like for probably 4 or 5 times it was to the point where we could light it and then we could just blow it out, and then at some point we put so much that we couldn't blow it out anymore, so we had to get a towel. And then we both had big beach towels, and we would stand side by side, and you'd throw the match, or I'd throw the match, whoever would, and light it. And then whenever we decided we wanted to go out, we'd take both towels at the same time and make a big wave, and then it would blow it out. So then we kept doing that until eventually at one point we put so much that wouldn't put it out, and then we dumped out probably I want to say a quarter gallon or something, because it spread out real far and it was just burning and just smoking up the garage. And we were just taking these towels and waving all this air onto it, trying to put it out, and nothing was working.
That was probably the most fun neighborhood you lived in, though.
Yeah.
We had a whole bunch of
Stupid stuff.
It wasn't crazy stupid stuff, but it was fun memories because there was a whole bunch of other kids that we grew up with in that neighborhood.
Yeah. A bunch of kids our age that we all went to school with and stuff. And then in that same house, if I'm not mistaken, the same day as that we did the fire thing, we found a length of copper pipe, and then we had the air compressor in the garage, and we figured out that we could stick the air nozzle from the air compressor inside the copper pipe and shoot. It would basically shoot out whatever was in the copper pipe. And then
with much force.
Yes, with a lot of force. And then we found a bunch of golf tees, and we started sticking golf tees in the pipe and then shooting them up onto the ceiling.
Yeah.
And they would stick into the ceiling like darts. And we had probably
a lot,
15, 20 golf tees stuck up to the ceiling that just happened to be smoky from all the gas that we were burning. And I think I remember Mom being like, how'd they get on the ceiling? And then us just being like, I don't know. We just
and then your mom being all innocent, that's just weird.
We're just like, I don't know. We just played it off like we don't
just
know.
a whole bunch of golf tees. She just looks, you guys didn't do it? No. That's weird. She just goes about her day. And then she walks over, we're like, what? I vividly remember one time I got super mad at you. It was New Year's Eve, and I fell asleep on your bed, and you didn't wake me up. Dude, I literally called my parents. I was like, Tyler, let me sleep through the new year. This year's going to be awful. Just like a petty little 10-year-old, just super upset.
Was it just me and you?
Yeah. It was like me, you, and your sister and your brother. I think your mom and what's his face used to have, I think they had a people over, I think maybe. Because they're having a New Year's, no, there were people there. They're having a New Year's thingy.
Yeah.
Because you were downstairs, whatever. I woke up at 12:10.
So
pissed. I was like, oh my God, my life's over, dude. Like, looking back at it now, I was like, I wish that those were the kinds of things that I deal with now. Like, oh man, I missed the ball drop. My life's over. Not, I'm getting divorced and dealing with a whole bunch of bull. Oh. Like, I wish my pain was that simple back then.
That was your biggest problem that you had now was, man, I missed the new year.
You're like, man, I missed the ball drop. Not, I'm about to be broke as shit for a couple years now. Yeah. Oh, life. And how it changes.
Whew. I feel lightheaded from laughing so hard. Those were the days. Those were like
those are the
best
fun
days.
I liked the house of the pond. That was cool.
That was also a good one. That was where we had my BB gun, and I think it was a Red Ryder BB gun. Mm-hmm. And we were like shooting at like just random stuff, and then all of a sudden, here comes a bird, and then we were like probably like 12 or something, maybe 12, 13. And then so here comes a bird. So what do we do, or what do I do? I shoot it.
Because you shot the was it someone's window?
Well, hold on. So what happened was we were on our property, okay? Just to make that clear to everybody, we were on our property. And there was
that was my bird.
Yes, that bird landed on my property. And I think it was a crow. So it was like a pest bird. It wasn't even like a some type of sacred bird. So I shoot it with a Red Ryder, which normally didn't kill birds. I think it just like it would hit them and then they just fly away or whatever. So, but I hit it in the neck. So like it starts like flopping, but it takes off and tries to fly away, and then it gets just into the neighbor's yard and then dies in the neighbor's yard. So then the neighbor's wife is on her back porch and starts like, I think she started crying, I think, because we had killed a bird, and it like I guess made her upset or something. So the wife's over there crying. The guy the husband comes over to our house because like we kill it and then we go over there and then we see that she's crying, and then we like I think we threw the bird over the fence or something into like the other guy's yard on the back, and then we like ran back in the house. So we go back in the house, and then the husband comes to the door to talk to my mom and tells her that we shot a bird on his property because it died on his property, which was not the case. we told him no, we shot that bird in our yard and then it flew to your yard. So then
it's not our fault it somehow flew 10 feet.
Right. So then that guy says,
half paralyzed.
I forget what the guy says. Something like, he's like, well, you shouldn't be killing birds anyway. So then, and he like says something to me or whatever. So then like, 10, 11, 12-year-old me is like, this old guy's not going to tell me how to live my life. So he had an old a snowplow truck that he kept parked like just in his backyard that he like never moved. It just sat there forever. So me being spiteful, I was like, this guy is not going to tell me what to do with my life.
I'm 12 years old. I am grown.
Yeah, I'll kill birds if I want to. So that night, I went up on top of our play set that we had in our yard so I could get an aerial view of this guy's truck. And I shot a couple times because the BB gun wasn't that strong. So I had to kind of lob them in, and I lobbed in probably like 40 BBs on this guy's windshield on his truck. And like just busted his windshield, like not busted it because it's the windshield, but just like put a bunch of nicks like just all over the whole windshield. It looked like he was in like some type of like war or something.
Hail damage.
Yeah. And then I felt good about myself. I went on with my day. And then I was mowing the grass like probably a week later or something, and I see the guy just walk through his yard, and I see him. I'm like, that guy. And then I see him like he's like squatted down, like looking at his truck, and he's like looking at the windshield, and he's like looking across like to like where our property is, and he's like looking back and forth, and he's looking, and I see him like looking at me, and I'm just like. And I just wave as I'm mowing the grass. And like an hour later, he's at the door again, and he's like, I think your son shot out my windshield. And of course, mom asks me in front of him or whatever, and I'm like, no, wasn't me.
And your mom's like, you heard him. He does no wrong.
I forget whatever came of that.
Probably nothing.
I don't remember. He probably had to buy a windshield or something. But I remember after doing that, I felt so accomplished. Like this guy's gonna come yell at me in my own house.
Well, didn't you live in the? You lived in the downstairs, but they built like a little room,
Like a
right?
makeshift room, yeah.
Yeah, Mars like redheaded stepchild. Get out of here.
Because we needed what? 4-bedroom. Yeah, there's 5 of us. We needed a 4-bedroom house, but somehow we ended up in 3-bedroom houses, and then I just got whatever was left. Because like I think for the first little while,
I remember the house that I visited you in. You were like in like the attic, or like it was like you're at the top, and your room roof was like this. I felt like
it was like
he's like, you get to sleep up there.
it was like a makeshift bonus room.
Yeah, he's like,
pretty much.
You're up there. Get your red beard up there.
And then at the house at the pond, it was like it started off as like I think as a laundry room. I think.
Yeah, but then they chopped the laundry room in half and built like they just put up drywall.
Yeah, it wasn't like built. It was like because I remember I could look at my wall and then like look into the garage through the bottom of the wall.
Yeah.
And then there was no heating, no air conditioning in the room because it wasn't supposed to be a bedroom. So I had like nothing in the summertime. It just got hot. And then in the wintertime, I had like a space heater
Yeah.
that kept it like
And you had
60 degrees.
it was a bunk bed in there.
No, it was a loft bed.
It's a loft bed.
It was like a kind of like a bunk bed, but there wasn't 2 beds. There was just 1 bed on top, and then there was like a desk underneath.
Is that what it was?
Except for whenever we were moving for like the 17th time, the desk got broken. So then there was no desk, and it was just like half a bunk bed. And then I had like
What am I supposed to do with this?
I had like a chair or something that I stuck under there. I think, or maybe no. I think I put a folding table under there or something.
I remember.
It was real ghetto.
There's a whole bunch of other stories that we can't tell you.
Oh, it was funny. Well, trying to think. Oh, do you remember? This goes back to the haunted house with the time capsule. Do you remember that day that we went around? Do you remember those apple trees that were down that little stretch? We got I think we used our shirts as like little pouches, and we like picked up a bunch of apples, and then we rode around on skateboards and threw them at cars. Do you remember that? And there was like,
I'm surprised you remember that.
yeah, we for like no reason we just thought it was a good idea to just
Remember
throw
we used to go to the underpass by the bridge and just climb this little thingy and look for hoodlum stuff. Like it wasn't us being the hoodlums, but it was like the 18, 19-year-olds that thought they were slick for like hiding all their paraphernalia up under the bridge. Like no one's ever gonna think there.
We used to go up there and just like we always thought we were gonna be in trouble for being up there.
Yeah,
and we would just like sit up there and like there'd be a car coming. We'd like lay down and be like, "Oh,
I can't be here."
Didn't we? I don't remember where I don't know if it was there or if it was somebody's house that we used to like go. We were up somewhere high and we would throw snowballs at cars as they would drive past. Like in the wintertime, there could be a snow. We'd get like a bunch of snowballs and just like launch them at people.
That was the underpass.
Was it?
Yeah.
I was thinking it might have been.
Because we would be up on the things, so when we throw them, they wouldn't see us.
Yeah. Or we would, I remember sometimes we would stand like behind the supports. So like they would drive by.
They'd drive by, we'd be like,
you throw them and then you just stay behind the support. They couldn't see
why
you.
does I keep thinking of a fire and a field.
Napalm in the field.
Because
I don't remember where the field was, but there was a
I'm
field.
telling you, it was the field it was by the bridge. Is that old dude that had like the nice house with a pool, but it was like the field that he didn't really use. It was just like a field.
Yeah, but he wouldn't let anybody in it.
Yeah.
It was just like his field that he just didn't do anything with.
Yeah. And like we were just, being stupid kids. And we made makeshift napalm. And I didn't know that you can't really put it out.
Where did we learn how to make the napalm?
I don't know.
A YouTube video.
Was it?
Yeah, we saw it on YouTube. We saw somebody make it on YouTube, and then we were like,
that ain't hard.
Let's do some of that.
I got some of that in the garage, dude.
Because it was just
styrofoam.
Yeah, it's just styrofoam and gasoline. And I'm sure we probably just found some styrofoam. We're like, bingo, here we go.
Don't do that, please.
Especially not if you're a field that's not yours.
It's not safe at all by any means, and you can't stop it from catching on fire. It just doesn't stop at all. It's like it makes like a gel, and it just doesn't get put out. You try to stomp on it, it sticks to your shoe. Now your foot's on fire.
And I think part of what happened, I think we had it in a plastic Tupperware and we couldn't obviously get it out of the Tupperware. So the Tupperware was plastic and it caught on fire and then it was just melting.
Remember the Works bombs?
Yeah.
The what was it, the aluminum foil?
Did you know that they changed the formula to where now you can't do it?
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Well, you could actually make some really potent things with those. Like they were putting, like we were using 2-liter bottles. They were using like the big water jugs, like making like a damn near mini bomb. Like we were just doing harmless stuff. People are just extra.
Like we just did it for the sound.
Yeah.
Like there was
you can blow up a mailbox with it. Know that.
Yeah. Was that us?
Yeah.
Whose mailbox was it?
Some dude at the end of the street. I don't remember who it was.
There's some guy we didn't like.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Because he always mean mugged us, or he always made comments about us riding our little choppers around.
Or what? No, it wasn't it. I was thinking maybe we did it to that lady that always called the cops.
On the it's like you live
the back street.
Say if we're going from my house, you're right here, and it was like the one in between.
Yes. Because it was that lady.
The one that sweeps her driveway.
And mops her garage.
Yeah, I remember.
It was that lady. And she would call the cops.
Now that like if I drive by there, I'm like, you have a nice driveway. It's still a nice driveway, but you're still kind of crazy for sweeping your driveway and mopping your garage. When you know they don't do anything in their garage.
Because like if I remember, their garage wasn't like a garage floor. It was like a tile floor.
Yeah, no, like it was like a nice floor. But I mean, I like never saw that truck move. It was just always that truck was always in there.
But it was like just some old lady that I think just lived by herself and just like hated everybody, especially little kids on choppers.
I'll tell you this: she had really nice grass.
Well, she paid someone to cut it, didn't she?
No, it was like super green. She maintained like it almost looked fake. Like everything about her house.
She had nothing better else to do.
Yeah, no. Everything else around her house was like perfect. Like her shrubs, she had a fountain in her yard.
Yeah.
Just the shrubs, her fountain, everything was fire. And her grass was like nice and like trimmed up. Like you could see like the curb and like her grass would start right here. And it'd be like a nice.
There was like a fine line.
Yeah, right, it was like this much gap from curb to grass. And it was just fine 90-degree cut, all level. I mean, it looked good, but it's like you're out there sweeping and mopping. It's just, it was weird.
Yeah. Especially when no one else around did that. Like she was the only one in the whole neighborhood.
Yeah. I don't get that.
Not a single person.
Well, no, because that's weird.
Well, I'm sure there's probably not that many people.
I mean, like, I have swept my driveway, but it's because I had a whole bunch of leaves in it. You know?
I don't even do that.
She would just sweep her driveway.
Like every day. It was like meticulously.
Yeah. Like if it was sunny outside, she's like, I guess it's time to sweep my driveway. What do you mean? So different.
She would get like one leaf, be like, all right, the whole thing's gotta be clean.
Yeah, she didn't like us. Neither did the dude that we caught his field on fire. He didn't like us either. I remember he came.
that dude really didn't like us.
He came to the house and I got in trouble.
Really?
Yeah. He tried to make us pay for it. My mom was like, absolutely, make him pay for it. I'm like, what are you, whose side are you on? I'm like 8. Stop. I can't pay for anything.
You're like, I watched a YouTube video. That was it.
He's like, yeah, burn him. Yeah. How much is it? We'll make
Your mom's like pushing you to get crucified.
It's like, we'll make him pay for it. I'm looking at her, I'm like, what are you doing? I can't pay for anything. Oh my God.
Do you remember we would whenever we had our mini choppers, we would like once we because for the first maybe like few months or so, we would just ride around like freely and like the cops never got called. And then once we figured out like who was calling the cops, we used to like go back because our choppers went 40, I think, roughly like 40 miles an hour. And then, but we were supposed to stay at like 20, like for the speed limit or whatever.
We would purposely go fast as crap past her house only.
Yeah, like we'd fly past her house, go right down the street, and then we'd whip in my driveway, throw them in the garage, and shut the door, and then just wait. Yeah. And then like the cops start pulling around, and we'd wait until they left, and we'd do it again. And we did that for like all day one day.
I do remember that.
Like we just get out and just and then throw them in the garage.
Oh my God. Hoodlums, dude. Hoodlums.
I don't think she ever quit. I think she called the cops like every single time, no matter what.
And then my tire blew, and then I was just like,
yeah, because yours had like those like weird tires.
Weird tires on it. They're like dolly tires.
Yeah,
it's like a dolly wheel. It's weird.
Have you ever thought that like we were like 9, 8, 9, whenever we were doing that. On motorcycles going 40 miles an hour around the neighborhoods.
I still do it right now. You got a mini chopper in the garage? You have a regular chopper in the garage. You got a dirt bike?
Huh?
You got a dirt bike?
An Enduro.
What is it, 400?
No, 250.
250. It's 11:55. I'll go send that right now.
Past that lady's house.
Oh, wait. I will ride it from here all the way to her house and just, I'll do a burnout in her little driveway. She'll freak out like, ah! Tomorrow she's scrubbing.
Do you remember who was it that had the dirt bike?
Jimmy.
Yeah, he was the one that he jumped.
He jumped the dude's field that caught on fire and he blew his elbow out.
And then like before that, or maybe after that, he went into the field and held the front brake and just dug like massive ruts all through the guy's field. And then we were like, I think we told him like he's gonna get mad, and then he was just like, ah. Like
He's gonna get mad. He's like, I don't care. Oh my god,
because
you're so cool.
Yeah, because we were like probably 9,
like 9 or 10, and he was like,
he was probably
16, 17.
No, he was probably 20
No, he was,
or maybe 18.
He's like 17 or 18. Jimmy's not that old, is he? He's not in his 40s yet.
I thought he was like a full blown adult, and we were just like kids.
No, he was just a really big hoodlum, like bad,
Real,
like homeboy.
huh.
But I remember he was trying, like, for some reason, my parents trusted me to go ride my dirt bike with him.
Just because he had a dirt bike.
Yeah,
they're just like, you have dirt bike. He has dirt bike.
I bought KK a PW80. Take him out for a ride, show him what's up. So we go out on the trails, and I would just eat shit because I didn't know how to ride a motorcycle yet. It's like riding a motorcycle and then riding a dirt bike. There's people out there will say it's the same thing. I'm sorry, it's not. Riding a dirt bike is much different than riding a sport bike. And
they're similar on the street, but
in the dirt,
riding a street bike on the street, riding a dirt bike in the dirt, totally different.
Yeah, so I was just getting bodied out there in the dirt. And he would like get on it and like show me what I'm supposed to do. Not like try it, but I weighed like 60 pounds. And
Literally.
And this PW80 weighed like 60 pounds. So I was just.
You had to go wherever it went because you didn't have a choice.
It was like, he's like, you gotta like counter steer and like balance. I'm like, okay. I'm like leaning off.
I'll throw all 60 pounds of myself around.
I'm like leaning off and the bike's just going straight. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, nothing. I remember my dad took me to do my first race.
You raced that thing?
Yeah, I did. I was the fastest PW80 out there.
Really?
I was the only one.
I was the only one. It was a one-man race, and I won.
I don't really know much about dirt bikes, but I know that the PW80, it's at 80, but all the other kids were like using like KX60s, and like they were fast. My little PW80 was a turd. It was a slow turd. It just.
They were probably 2-stroke. And
I think I was a 4-stroke.
Yeah.
Little 80 4-stroke, and these kids are using like KX60s, just ripping past me. And I'm just like, and like, I swear, my dad was so supportive though. It's like, get him, KK, get out there and get him. I fell, and dude,
you're almost there.
Like we were running on like the tracks that like the 125s, and like I guess the older kids were like running on. So they's digging these fat ass ruts, like deep ruts. Like, well, I fell over and like I'm like half buried in this rut. Bike's on my leg. I weigh 60 pounds. The bike's 60 pounds. I'm not picking that thing
The
off
bike's
me.
definitely not 60 pounds. It's probably like 100.
So like I'm like, I vividly remember. I come around this corner. For some reason, false. I was going right. For some reason, when I go right, even nowadays when you start my bike, going right, I wouldn't get as low, and I don't feel as comfortable because your hand's farther away from the clutch. This is how it is for me, at least. And I ate it, and that bike was just on my leg, and I was just sitting there, and they're like, "You gotta get up, you gotta get up." I'm like trying to, I tried,
like, I'm stuck,
dude. I tried like 2 times, and then I just sat there like, are any of these side judges or like the side people gonna be like, "Oh, this kid, he is super tiny, and this bike is just
Could you even flat foot on that bike?
No.
So if you
No, I was tiptoe always. That's why have you seen that video where that midget was riding that bike and when it came to the stoplight he had to jump off of it?
yeah,
That's pretty much right.
I thought you were talking about the other one.
It's like when I would get to a certain point, I would just bring my leg off and ride like with both legs on one side, and then I would just hop off of it because
yeah.
I was too short for it.
I thought you were talking about the video where there was this midget that got on. It was like probably like a 252 stroke, and then he like whiskey throttled it, and he was like just flapping like a flag while it was just going through a field, and he couldn't let go of the throttle. And he was like, it was like these guys, this like, you know, like big guy got it started for him, and he was like, all right, here you go. And he put him on it, and he just wham, just full throttle, and he's just like it was just like whipping like back and forth as he's just like getting whipped around, and I think he hit a bump and like flew
I haven't
off.
seen that one. No.
It's hilarious.
No, I remember that. I had a whole bunch of fun when I was a kid, and then I got older, and then it got rough. A whole bunch of choices. Some of the choices were okay.
We've already been at this for an hour and a half.
That's it.
What do you mean that's it?
We're only a quarter of the way there.
A quarter of the way there?
Stay till 5 a.m.
No. All right, so you said you had some drama that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I got some drama. Because I know you don't have any drama in your life because you're drama free.
Pretty much. Just live a very chill life.
Well, I'm starting that chill life. I think I told part of the story, so everyone knows.
Part of it.
Everyone knows from the beginning part of the podcast that I'm currently going through
the ringer.
Going through the ringer, 100%. So, I'm not gonna say names, I don't put it on blast or anything like that, which I should, but I'm not going to. But I just want to give you some good juicy deets, some good details, because I think it's funny, and I think it'd be some good entertainment, some good listening, like stuff.
Right.
I was thinking for another word, good listening
Material.
There you go. So there were these two humans, right? They were married. And then, well, hold on. Let's start it over. I was married to a human. This other person was married to another human. Humans met, came together, best friends. I was human's friend. Human was other human's friend, right?
I think this style of storytelling could really catch on.
Yeah. And then a whole bunch of stuff happened between me and my ex, and we ended up parting ways. Oh, no. And then apparently stuff was going along through them, so they parted ways. But then they like linked up, right? But when they linked up, throughout our entire like friendship and marriages with each other, they hated each other.
Right.
I would get in fights with my wife because she hated how quote unquote human treated the kids. He's an asshole. He's mean. He treats kids like crap. Why don't you say anything? I'm like, I'm not trying to fight with him, whatever.
Right.
Try to keep it civil. To me, it wasn't really like, it wasn't bad. So like, I didn't think I needed to say anything, but to her, it was a big deal. And she just couldn't stand to be around him. But at the same time, those two people are the same person. They're the same person.
The exact same.
She's a woman. He's a woman. Like the things that they care about, like, oh my God, he walked through the door and he didn't give me a kiss when he walked in immediately. You're like super dirty from work and gross, and you didn't kiss me before you took a shower. Like, shut up. It's like, I know they'd be perfect, but I didn't actually think it would happen because, they hated each other throughout our entire like marriages. But so long story short, both mine and the other one assumed that me and his we're doing stuff. Like pretty much just like a reality TV show wife swap, pretty much. We hung out like every day, all the time. Assume we were doing this, like assume that I was doing whatever with the wife swap, but they never had any evidence because it wasn't a thing. It was all just made up crap in their head. So they took it upon themselves to like find evidence. And they're like finding things. I'm thinking like, where are you finding this stuff? Because everything you're bringing to me sounds crazy. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like
just fabricating things.
You did this and that day. And I would like let it ride for a second because I want to like, I'm thinking like, did I get hammered that night? Do something stupid?
You gotta hear out the crazy.
But then I think about, I'm like, I was with you that night. What are you talking about? We did this that night. She's like, oh, I must be getting mixed up with another night. I'm like, no, you're just retarded. You're just making shit up now. So that led to them thinking that they had something in common. Like, oh, they were doing that or whatever, and they were doing this behind our backs, and they ruined our marriages. So apparently I ruined his and she ruined mine because of this made up thing we were doing.
Yeah.
So, but I'll be the first to tell you, that's not why I got divorced. I didn't get divorced because of that. I was the one that decided I wanted to get divorced. It wasn't her.
Right.
Right. I don't think, and I truly believe this, if you love yourself and your children, I believe in trying as hard as you can for fight for your marriage. But there is a time where you need to realize that if these kids grow up seeing how it is with the parents, that is not healthy for the kids.
Right. Like they can't be around like fighting parents.
Like it was so bad, man. I swear.
Like that never works.
It was so bad. So it's like, I've seen both sides. Like my mom and my dad, and then my mom and my stepdad. They didn't fight. They just got divorced. I was like 4. I didn't care. And then my mom and my stepdad, they fought all the time. They didn't get divorced, though he died. But besides the fact, I grew up
really funny.
Yeah, I grew up seeing both sides. So it's like, I was a little bit older for my stepdad part, but it's like, I can see how that could be very not okay for younger kids.
Right.
It got to the point where my 6-year-old was like, all you mommy do is fight. You're always fighting. You're always yelling at each other. Why can't you just not be mean to each other, not yell? And that's when I was like, okay.
Like this is going to change.
This clearly is not okay because my 6-year-old innocent child notices that we aren't getting along, and like that's not okay. So I told her, like, hey, we need to figure this out. So we tried to figure. Well, she'll tell you I didn't do anything because God forbid that I did anything.
There's always 2 sides to the story.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly tried, and then when it didn't work out, I was like, towel, throw it in. And she moved back here. And I stayed where I am, and everything was gravy, dude. Everything was good. It was like, but I think it was good because she thought there'd be a chance for us to get back together because like the distance and stuff. She's like, oh,
yeah, probably.
We'll grow up. Like he'll realize that he really needs me. Or whatever.
Probably thinking like, oh, he's just gonna just.
But then
chill out.
Her, and I guess her friend and her husband were going through, I guess, not the same thing, but similar stuff. Like they just weren't working.
Right.
So they were going through their thing. So then they found something in common. And then there went a time where my phone calls weren't getting answered to talk to the kids. Certain things weren't happening.
That should be.
That should be like just the unnecessary pettiness, the things that don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good way to describe it. Unnecessary pettiness.
Unnecessary pettiness, like stupid things. Like, listen, we're grown people. Like, I don't have time for this stuff. Like, you don't live with me anymore. We don't have to do this stuff. We don't have to. If you don't like what I'm saying, and it has nothing to do with our kids, by all means. If I'm talking crazy, just ignore me. Same goes with you. Trust me. As soon as you start talking crazy and it has nothing to do with the kids, No, thank you. Because we don't owe that to each other anymore.
Yeah, you don't owe the crazy.
Yeah. So then her and him gang up on each other. Yo, she's doing this and he's doing this and I hate her and I hate him. Oh my God, we're like so in common. Like, use your imagination. And then I found out. Do you think I cared? Absolutely not.
Right.
But when I found out, she then backtracked, blocked him, said, I want to be with you. I want to
Put
stay
on
with
like
you.
a performance.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, basic. No, thank you. Because one, if you were wanting to get back together, you wouldn't have done all those things. Well, you said we were done for good and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, if I said that, then why would you even try to backtrack?
Right.
Use your noggin, woman. Come on now. So then that happened. She's like, well, I'm going to prove to you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, shit, prove away. It's not going to work. I already told you I'm done with this. And everything was gravy again. Like everything was good.
Right.
And then up 2 weeks ago, it started getting like kind of nasty again. Like it was like, not answering the phone calls. If I answer, there was always an attitude, snide comments, unnecessary, like stupid stuff. And then my kid, love him to death because he's only 3. So that means that, excuse me. That means that he is not stupid. He's not all there. So you can say something and he'll hear it. He'll absorb it like a sponge. You'll say,
he's not developed.
You say, don't repeat that. He just goes, oh, repeat it? Cool.
Right.
My kid, I FaceTimed him, right? He called me by home dude's name.
Right.
No. That's enough.
There's a line. That's beyond the line.
That got way past the line. But because I have truly matured a lot in a lot of ways, and that was one of them. When he said that to me, she grabbed the phone, took it away from him, and gave it to my youngest, which is my daughter. And she did I guess she thought I was going to cheer me up. She was like, daddy, whatever, it's cool. I didn't say anything to her that night because it's like, I didn't want them to hear me like fight with her, you know?
Right.
Because like they already freaking heard all the fights prior to, like, why would I want them to, like, I'm trying to make it a better, like, so I waited 2 days and then I called her and I called her out on it. But I made sure, but I said this before. I was like, listen, what I'm about to ask you is like, I don't really know if it's just me being crazy or if I heard it or not. And I could be completely wrong. So I just want you to know that, like, I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just blatantly just going to ask you. And if it's either a yes or a no. She's like, okay. I was like, did my child call me this name on that day? Do you know what she's fucking, sorry. Do you know what she freaking did?
What?
She laughed in my face. I can tell you right then and there, I would have caught a case if she was standing right in front of me.
Yeah.
I am not joking.
Yeah, that's
She laughed in my face. It's like, do you really want to know the answer? Dude, I was at work when I called. I told, because I'm in charge of 10 people. I was
newbies.
like, get out. I kicked everyone out of the office. And I went in. Like all of my, I'm gonna be calm. I'm not gonna curse. I'm not gonna belittle. I'm not gonna degrade. Dude,
Could you package that up and throw it right out the window?
all those points on this hand, I just dude, I let it rip. And even after I let it rip, she felt no remorse. She didn't care.
Really? Nothing.
No, dude.
Like a psychopath.
Like a sociopath. No emotions.
Oh, a sociopath.
No care for feelings of anything else. And she's like, well, you're the one that kicked us out of the house. Or she always says this, you're the one that kicked me and the kids out of the house. I was like, listen, let's get something straight.
You can't twist that way.
I did not kick the kids out of the house. I kicked you out. But I can't keep the kids. The court won't let me keep the kids. So unfortunately, they got to stay with you. Because trust me, if I said this and I quote, if there was a chance that I could keep the kids, I would in a heartbeat. And she laughed again. Oh, oh, would you? I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I would. She's like, man, I don't know. Just like, for all you that are listening, if you're going through something like this, just know you're not alone.
Which the chances are probably pretty low.
Which the
Considering
chances are probably 0. But if you are, just know, I got you. I feel your pain. I feel it. And I'm this close. January 15th.
Is that the day?
Dude, that's the day I get to rid. I'm coming back home. And it is going down. It is going down. I'm not talking like party, do all this other crazy. We're literally just gonna go sit at the house and just all the homies. We're just gonna chill because I haven't had to. I wasn't able to have any of the homies because it's like you're hanging out with your homies and not hanging out with me. I'm like, what do you mean? I spend 95% of my time stuck up your butt. What are you talking about? I haven't gone out to hang out with the homies in 3 years.
Why do you think I stay single?
Yeah.
I do whatever I want around here.
That's the thing. It's like, it's nice being single, but now going from like the married life to single, the only thing that sucks, believe it or not, is I don't got my kids, dude. It sucks. Like, it's boring. Like, everyone's always like, oh man, I just wish I could be single and no kids. It's like, have 3 kids, have kids with you for like 5 years. And then all of a sudden, empty house.
You just don't know what to do with yourself.
Yeah, like normally I would always complain about like, oh, I don't want to get home and have to do all these chores. But it's like, I get home now, I'm just like, what am I supposed to do?
I'm going to play some Fortnite.
I got no carpet to clean because there's crumbs everywhere. I got no dishes because I use paper because I'm lazy.
I use paper for
It's
everything.
My laundry, I do like once every 2 to 3 weeks because unlike you, I have more than 4 pieces of clothing. So I can go through a lot of clothes.
Listen, I have 5 work shirts or work uniforms. And then guess what? There's only 2 days left after that. So I only need 2 shirts. And then when I want to get real wild, I'll wear 2 this weekend and 2 this weekend. That's 2 weeks. See how many this is?
You disgust me.
This is 4. You only need 4 shirts.
Yeah. So it's like you go from the busy life to like I have a house. It's empty. So it's like, but I know that it'll get worse before it gets better. And I thought it was at the worst, but trust me, this Christmas 2019, it hit. Like, I wish I had a rock so I could throw it. And that's the rock. The bottom of it.
The bottom of that's like the Marianas Trench.
Dude, it is rock bottom this Christmas. Not because like, oh, I'm so sad and mopey and lonely. Like, anything that could happen, Murphy's Law, dude. Anything that can happen will happen.
Is that Murphy's Law?
I think I'm pretty sure.
What's Darwinisms or Darwinism or what is
That's
that?
like natural selection type stuff.
Oh,
It's like
so Murphy's Law is if anything can go wrong, it will.
yeah. I'm pretty sure Darwinism's like you're an idiot, so you do things to kill yourself, and then that's just like natural selection. Like
I don't think that's a direct definition.
yeah, no, it's summarized. It's like Darwinism's like I'm gonna play Russian roulette, like Darwinism.
Right. I get what you're saying.
Like you're stupid. Don't do that. So yeah, that was my little story. There's more juice to it, but it's like if I give any more juicy details, I might get in trouble.
All right.
Yeah, let's hope this doesn't make it to court. This video or the podcast.
We'll bury it.
Bury it. Nah, post this thing. You need to blow up. Blow up my story. Put it out there. Everyone needs to know that these blanks ain't loyal.
All right, is that all you got?
Yeah, for now. I guess next time I come in, I'm sure the next time I come into town, I'm sure
You have way more stories.
I'll have way more juice. But after January 15th, that's when I can give you the real juice.
That's when we'll do it.
That's
January
when I give
15th. January 16th.
Well, so it's going to have to be, oh wait, yeah.
January 16th.
Because I'll be in town till the 19th. Bet.
All right. All right, I guess we're going to call it there.
Have a good night.